Hey there, let's hop into today's tutorial and decorate Pepper. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. Today I have another Krayon Kidz decorating video for you. If you haven't seen the tutorial on how to decorate the crayon, I'll link that in the description. But be sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single animal in this adorable series. Let's start out by putting a little bit of pink royal icing in the center of Pepper's ears, and then we'll take a dampened paintbrush with all of the water wiped off on a paper towel and just flatten that icing out. And by the way, I used a paper piecing method to transfer the design to my cookie, and if you don't know how to do that, I'll leave a link to a video tutorial for that in the description as well. And once you get the ears all flattened out, if you haven't already flooded the crayon, go ahead and do that now and then meet me back for the next part. Again, the crayon decorating tutorial is linked in the description. So grabbing my black royal icing, mine's at about a 20-second consistency. I'm just going to give Pepper two big eyes right here, and I'm going to try really hard to make them about the same size. And then I'll use my scribe in an up and down motion to settle the icing down and get it all the way down to the cookie. And I'll do that to both eyes before coming back in immediately with my white icing and just making a little dot for a highlight. And then I set that cookie aside to dry for about 15 to 20 minutes until the eyes had crusted over, before coming back in with my white royal icing in about a 15-second consistency and outlining the bunny's face and flooding that in. I'm going to be careful when I'm flooding not to completely go over the top of those eyes that we piped earlier, and because my icing is a 15-second consistency, I can go right up to the edge without worrying about it overflowing. And then I'm going to take my scribe and just settle this icing down, pop any air bubbles, and especially around these ears, I'm going to make sure that the icing gets all the way down to the cookie. And once your icing is smooth and the way you like it, set this cookie aside to dry for another 15 minutes or so until the icing crusts over. And then we can go back in and add Pepper's little paws. Make sure that you add a big dot here that kind of goes over the face a little bit and over the crayon. And again, if your icing is not a 15-second consistency, you might need to make a little dot first and then let that dry and then over pipe it again with a bigger dot, just so that your icing doesn't overflow the edges. And then using your scribe, make sure that you get that icing all the way down to the cookie so that you don't get a crater in this area. I believe what happens when you pipe little areas is that the icing sits on top of the outline and does not go down to the cookie, and then as it dries, gravity pulls it down and it sinks, causing a crater. And then you can just give a little V shape for the nose and use your scribe to settle that down and shape it the way you like it. And then set the cookie aside to dry completely. And then I made little royal icing bow transfers in another video, and I'll link that in the description. And I'm just going to put a little bit of royal icing on the back here and attach that right under Pepper's ear. And then all we have left is to grab our edible marker and write Pepper's name on the crayon and give her a couple of eyelashes. And that's it. Pepper is done. She's hair-dorable and hopefully your new favorite cookie. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any other animals in the Krayon Kidz series. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.